How you guys doing today? Um, Today we are going to be talking about Rook and King versus King in games. One of the most simple in games, and specifically we're going to talk about checkmating. Checkmating is one of the most important parts of the game, and ironically, lots of new players really struggle with positions like this. Um, so we're going to run through them because I coach a middle school team, and the amount of children that I've seen who draw in a position like this is unbelievable. So I am on a journey to stop that. First, if you don't know the solution to this problem immediately, I'd like you to pull out a board here and try to solve it. So pause the video here. Alrighty, if you solved it, congratulations. If you didn't, well, first of all, this is the ideal setup for white. Whenever you want to checkmate your opponent with a rook on the board still, your king should be opposed with a single file in between them. So as you can see, in this position right now, it's white to move, but black only has one move, which is into the corner. If we imagine that black was there now, we could just play rook e8 checkmate, as the rook would take away the back rank, and the king would take away g7 and h7. But that's not the case. But is there a way that we could maintain the position largely as it were, and force the king to go back? A lot of players will try to check here, but as you can see, that will let the king slide out, so that's not really viable. A lot of players will try to do a waiting move, is what it's called, where you're trying to see what the other opponent will do, and they'll play something like this, but of course this lets the king out too. Um, and so really the correct move is basically any backwards move with the rook. You can't go forwards because then the rook is not defended by the white king. It will be captured. So any back movement will work. And after this, you can see the rook still cuts off the king's escape, and the king blocks g7 and h7 still. The enemy king must move to the corner, and checkmate is delivered. Um, yeah, this may seem pretty trivial, and if it is, then that's good for you. But lots of players struggle with this. Alrighty, here's the second position. As you can see, the kings are opposed again, but this time we're not up against the wall. And so our goal again is going to be to get them, is to push his king up against the wall. It's white to move here. And pause the video and try to work out checkmate here. I wouldn't take too long. But yeah, alright, pause the video. Alrighty. If you solved it, congratulations. If you didn't, well then I will show you the solution now. I'm not exactly sure about the fastest solution here, but a general good rule of thumb, especially whenever there are players who are not as advanced, is you just want to take away squares from the king. And so here, I think the most accurate move is rook d5. And after rook d5, you see that you're cutting off this row from the king. And more importantly, it's almost a waiting move of sorts, because now the king can only move backwards. And so whenever he does so, you can take away more space. If he moves directly backwards, you can bring your king up like this. And if he comes to the side, you can continue to cinch down on him. And now, once again, if he goes back, then you can move your king up. If he goes to the side, you can continue to cinch down on him. So we'll do a little bit of both here. And here, actually, you can make a pretty good move, which is checking him here. And it might seem like he's going to get out this way, but that's not really the case. After he comes down here, as you can see, he's being blocked in. The king blocks him here. So he only has one move. So once again, we'll employ this waiting move idea that we talked about earlier. After playing a waiting move, the king is forced into opposition, and the rook can deliver checkmate along the back rank. However, if black decided to go to the back rank, if he went to any of these corners, this would be inferior, as it is less forcing. But he could come here, attacking the rook, And the answer is not move the rook away. The answer is keep the rook right where it is, bring the king in to defend, and now we'll work him into the corner like this. And I think, is it king over now? Should be good. Yeah, so now king over. And after black comes back, your rook's under attack, but don't be tempted to come back and repeat moves. Just play a waiting move. And as you can see, the rook blocks off the escape file, the king blocks the other king in, and so he's forced to come back to the center where the kings are opposed, and you can deliver checkmate along the back rank. Alrighty, that's going to be all for this video. I hope it was useful. If you didn't understand some of the concepts, you can leave a comment, and I will try to help you, or you can play back through it a couple times to try to get some of them down. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.